what's up, y'all? What's poppin'? It's D. Boss reacts to this video by Black Culture Unlocked. It's titled The 7 Deadly Sins as Female Rappers. Okay, they got Megan and Nicki on the thumbnail. They got Nicki as Pride. I would definitely agree with that. And Meg is Lust. I would put Sexy Red as Lust over Megan, but I don't know. Let's see what's on here, though. Let's watch.
There are 7 female rappers who perfectly represent the 7 deadly sins. But who are they? And what sins do they represent? Keep watching this video, and I'll explain what the 7 deadly sins are, and the female rappers who unapologetically represent them. Number 1, pride. The danger of overestimating yourself. Pride is like puffing yourself up too much, thinking you're better than you actually are. It's when you start believing you're always right and everyone else is wrong. Pride can make you blind to your own faults, which stops you from growing as a person. It can also make you look down on others, damaging relationships and causing conflict. Number 2, greed. The never-ending hunger for more. Greed is when you always want more, no matter how much you already have. It's like having a bottomless pit inside you that can never be filled. This constant craving for more can lead to selfishness, where you only care about yourself and don't think about how your actions affect others. Greed can drive people to do unethical things just to get what
who did they show?
Even if it hurts others in the process. Number 3, lust. The allure of instant gratification. Lust is when you're consumed by strong desires, especially for physical pleasure. It's like being driven by impulses without considering the consequences.
That's for sure, Sexy Red.
When you're controlled by lust, you might do things that feel good in the moment.
She got a whole ass sex tape that I didn't need to see.
It can also lead to unhealthy relationships built solely on physical attraction without any deeper connection. Number 4, gluttony. The excess of consumption. Gluttony is when you indulge in things excessively, whether it's food, drink, or other pleasures. It's like never knowing when to stop, always wanting more, even when you've had
Cardi
more than enough.
with Twitter.
This can lead to physical health problems like obesity and addiction, as well as emotional issues like guilt.
I don't know who that could be.
Gluttony prevents you from appreciating the true value of things and can distract you from what's important in life.
That's
Number
Cardi
5,
with Twitter.
envy.
I was joking, but the more he explained, I'm like,
others for what they had and wish you had it instead.
Lil Kim.
It's like feeling bitter because someone else's success or possessions make you feel inadequate. Envy can eat away at you from the inside, causing feelings of jealousy and hostility towards others. It can also damage relationships.
He should have assigned each sin to each rapper and then explained it
grateful for what you have
after you
and focusing on your growth and achievements. Number 6, wrath. The destructive force of anger. Wrath is when you're consumed by intense anger and desire for revenge. It's like a fire burning inside you that can quickly spiral out of control.
I saw he had Missy on here. Or was he just showing random female rappers?
And lash out at others, causing harm and destruction in your wake.
I don't know.
This can lead to broken relationships, violence, and even legal consequences. Wrath blinds you to reason and empathy, making it difficult to see the consequences of your actions in the heat of the moment. Number 7, slothfulness. The danger of apathy and laziness. Slothfulness is when you become complacent and lazy, neglecting your responsibilities and potential for growth. It's like being stuck in a rut, unwilling to make an effort to improve your life or contribute to the world around you. Slothfulness can lead to missed opportunities, unfulfilled potential, and a lack of life satisfaction. It prevents you from reaching your goals and living up to your fullest potential, trapping you in a cycle of stagnation and regret. To sum it up, the 7 deadly sins are dangerous because they can lead us down a path of self-destruction and harm our relationships with others. Whether it's pride blinding us to our faults, greed driving us to unethical. The 7 female rappers who wear these sins on their sleeves. Pride.
Remy.
Nicki Minaj.
I don't think that there's a woman alive seeing me. I don't give a what nobody say, and people always try to say, oh, cause you talk about or whatever, you shut the up. And rapping fast don't mean you can rap, so shut the up. And looking like a man don't mean you can rap, so sit down.
Nicki Minaj is a renowned rapper with a bold and confident persona. Has often been seen as someone who radiates pride in her talent, achievements, and uniqueness. However, this pride has sometimes veered into dangerous territory, causing conflicts and controversies along the way. One notable incident highlighting Nicki Minaj's dangerous, proud demeanor was her feud with veteran singer Mariah Carey. Mariah, a seasoned artist with a long-standing reputation in the music industry, found herself at odds with Nicki during their time as judges on
They're both divas.
Despite Mariah's extensive experience and contributions to the music world, Nicki's pride seemed to overshadow any sense of humility.
That don't make her exempt from getting cussed out if she doing too much.
Instead of acknowledging Mariah's expertise and seniority in the industry, Nicki's demeanor often came across as dismissive and confrontational. This lack of humility not only fueled tensions between the two, but also reflected poorly on Nicki's character as a public figure. In hindsight, Nicki Minaj could have approached the situation with more humility and respect. Recognizing Mariah's accomplishments and showing appreciation for her contributions to music could have eased the tension and fostered a more...
How do you know that? Okay, now he doing the most. We do not know that from that short clip. And in the clip, she's saying, say something else. I'm going to give you one more time or whatever she said. It definitely sounds like Mariah said something and she was responding. I'm not saying her response was appropriate at all. You know, she definitely could have handled that more maturely for sure. But him trying to make it seem like, oh, is she not even showing respect to a legend? And if she would have humbled herself and not had so much pride, and they would have got along. We do not know that, because Mariah definitely strikes me as someone who is notoriously difficult to work with.
Harmonious working relationship.
So she could have been the problem, and Nicki just snapped one day.
Her conflicts with fellow artists. In various instances, she has exhibited behavior that suggests a sense of entitlement and superiority. This can be seen in her interactions with fans, where she sometimes displays arrogance and dismissiveness towards those who criticize or question her decisions. While confidence is undoubtedly an important trait for success in the entertainment industry, it becomes problematic when it crosses the line into arrogance and egotism. Nicki Minaj's unwavering pride in herself has led to numerous clashes and controversies throughout her career, tarnishing her image and alienating some of her audience. In an industry where collaboration and mutual respect are essential, Nicki's refusal to humble herself and acknowledge the contributions of others can be detrimental to not only her career, but also to her relationships within the music community. Moving forward, Nicki could benefit from taking a step back and reflecting on the impact of her prideful behavior. By showing humility and gratitude towards her peers, she can rebuild bridges and create a more positive and inclusive environment within the music industry. Ultimately, while Nicki Minaj's pride may have propelled her to success, it also poses a danger to her reputation and relationships. By tempering her pride with humility and respect, she can navigate her career more effectively and leave a lasting legacy as a respected artist and collaborator. Now, if you think Nicki's pride is terrible, then wait till you hear about Cardi B's greed. Cardi B.
When I was 20 years old, I used to be I used to say this so much because I was like, I'm 20 years old and I got 20,000. Like, I'm 20 and I got 20,000. And that just always made me hyped up because I work hard for it.
If you take a close look at Cardi B's lyrics, you'll notice an obsession with wealth, luxury, and material possessions. This isn't just about celebrating success. It's about an insatiable desire for more, and more. In her songs, Cardi B doesn't hold back when it comes to flaunting her riches. She raps about expensive cars, designer clothes, and lavish lifestyles as if they were necessities of life. For her, it's not just about enjoying the finer things. It's about showing off and proving her status to the world. This constant need to display her wealth speaks volumes about her relationship with greed. But it's not just in her lyrics where Cardi B's greed shines through. In real life, she's been involved in incidents that further highlight this trait. Take, for example, the time she was accused of ordering an attack on 2 bartenders because she believed one of them had slept with her husband. This incident wasn't about self-defense or justice. It was about protecting her image and asserting her dominance, no matter the cost. Then there's the matter of her lavish spending habits.
That's right.
Yeah, Cardi B is known for dropping serious cash on luxury items without a second thought. From expensive jewelry to designer handbags, she doesn't hesitate to indulge her desires, even if it means overspending or going into debt.
Traded out my Lambo truck, so this is my Lambo truck now. A month ago, I told Offset, bro, we have enough cars. He's like, you're right, we have enough cars. I don't even care no more. So guess what he do behind my back? He went and bought himself this car. But it's beautiful.
This reckless attitude toward money is a clear indication of her greed. But perhaps the most telling aspect of Cardi B's greed is her relentless pursuit of fame and success. She's not content with just being a rapper. She wants to be the biggest, the best, the most talked about artist in the industry. And she's willing to do whatever it takes to get there, whether it's stirring up controversy, feuding with other celebrities, or sacrificing her privacy for the sake of publicity. In the world of Cardi B, there's no such thing as enough. It's a never-ending cycle of accumulation, consumption, and validation. And while some may admire her hustle and ambition, others see it for what it truly is, a glaring example of greed running wild. But Cardi B is not alone in her portrayal of greed. She is just one of many celebrities who use their platform to glorify excessive wealth and materialism. From flashy Instagram posts to ostentatious displays of wealth, it seems like everywhere we look, there's another reminder that more is always better. So what can we learn from Cardi B's depiction of greed? Perhaps it's a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition and the pitfalls of prioritizing material wealth over more meaningful pursuits. Or maybe it's a reflection of our society's obsession with fame and fortune and the lengths we'll go to attain them. Whatever the case may be, one thing is clear. Cardi B's music serves as a stark reminder that greed is alive and well in the modern world. As for this next female rapper, her sin goes beyond greed, as lust has completely taken over her. Lust. Megan Thee Stallion. I'm talking about Megan Thee Stallion, whose music is like a steamy novel on repeat, with lyrics that grip with sensuality, sexuality, and desire. She's definitely the queen of lust, painting vivid pictures of passion and pleasure through her songs. But behind all the glitz and glamour, there's a darker side to the story. When Megan raps about lust, she's not just singing about harmless fantasies. She's diving deep into the murky waters of obsession, addiction, and self-destruction. Lust becomes a dangerous game, leading both her and her fans down a treacherous path. For Megan, lust isn't just a theme, it's a lifestyle. She's built her brand on being unapologetically sexy and confident, but sometimes that confidence can spiral into recklessness. In her quest for pleasure, she may lose sight of her boundaries and well-being. And it's not just Megan who's at risk. Her female fans, especially young, impressionable ones, may see her as a role model and try to emulate her behavior. They might think that living life on the edge, indulging every desire without consequences, is the way to happiness. But in reality, it's a recipe for disaster. Lust can be like a wildfire, consuming everything in its path. It blinds us to the consequences of our actions, leading us to make decisions we later regret. Megan's music, with its intoxicating beats and seductive lyrics, can lure listeners into a false sense of security, making them believe they're invincible. But the truth is, lust can leave us feeling empty and broken. It's a fleeting pleasure, here one moment and gone the next. And when we chase after it relentlessly, we risk losing sight of what truly matters: love, respect, and self-worth. Megan's depiction of lust isn't just a reflection of her own experiences. It's a commentary on society as a whole. We live in a world that glorifies instant gratification, where sex sells and temptation lurks around every corner. But if we're not careful, we can end up sacrificing our souls in the pursuit of pleasure. So what's the solution? It's not about shaming Megan or censoring her music, is it? Instead, it's about encouraging open and honest conversations about the consequences of our actions. It's about teaching young women to value themselves and their bodies, and to recognize that true fulfillment comes from within, not from external validation. Megan Thee Stallion may be the queen of lust, but that doesn't mean we have to follow in her footsteps. We can admire her talent and confidence, while also recognizing the dangers of living a life consumed by desire. Now, this next female rapper is also guilty of being lustful, but it's her envious nature that has gotten the best of her. Envy, Lil Kim.
Where did the beef ever come from for you and Nicki Minaj? It seems like you just don't get along.
Can I ask you this? Let me
Absolutely.
ask you a question.
Mhm.
Okay, how come when I come up places they want to ask me these questions, but they don't never ask her?
Lil Kim is an iconic rapper whose career has been marked by talent, controversy, and of course, envy. Envy can be seen as a driving force in her interactions with other female artists in the rap industry. From her early days, Lil Kim found herself compared to and sometimes overshadowed by emerging talents like Foxy Brown. This comparison stirred feelings of envy as Lil Kim navigated her way through the competitive music scene. Foxy Brown's rise to fame paralleled Lil Kim's, leading to inevitable comparisons between the two. Unfortunately, despite Kim's success,
stop right there with
the
that
Brooklyn
face.
rapper couldn't shake off the envy towards Foxy Brown's growing popularity. This envy often manifested in subtle jabs and rivalry within the industry, fueling gossip and speculation among fans. But it didn't stop with Foxy Brown, because as time went on, Lil Kim found herself facing new challengers to her throne. One notable challenger was none other than Eve. Eve's unique style and charisma posed a threat to Lil Kim's dominance in the rap game, sparking feelings
Eve
of
is
envy
so fine.
as she
She
witnessed
still
Eve's
looks really
ascent to
good.
stardom. The competition between the
That's
two
what happens
artists
when
was
you leave your
powerful,
face on.
with Lil Kim struggling to maintain her position
And
as
age
the reigning
gracefully.
queen of
No
rap.
shade, I'm
However,
just saying.
perhaps the most significant source of Lil Kim's envy came with the emergence of Nicki Minaj and later Cardi B.
You were watching the Grammys, I assume, on Sunday night. What did you think of a performance by a certain hip-hop artist who kind of rips off your style, if you don't mind me saying? What did you think of Nicki Minaj?
I didn't even know who was that. Well, pretty sure I feel the same way everybody else feels right about now. You know, if you have to make a song called "Stupid Hoe," you must be a stupid hoe.
Nicki Minaj's rapid rise to superstardom presented a direct challenge to Lil Kim's legacy. The similarities in their personas and the inevitable comparisons fueled Lil Kim's envy, leading to public feuds and diss tracks between the two artists. Similarly, Cardi B's meteoric rise to fame only exacerbated Lil Kim's feelings of envy. Cardi B's unapologetic attitude and authenticity resonated with audiences, posing a threat to Lil Kim's status as the queen of rap. Despite her accomplishments, Lil Kim couldn't help but feel envious of Cardi B's success, leading to tension between the two artists. But Beyond her
I did
professional
not know
rivalries, Lil Kim's personal life also
Or is
bore
he
witness to
just
the
saying
destructive
things?
force of
I
a
don't
man.
know.
Your relationship with Lil Kim, I see recently now it's prepared. Back then, how was it?
Well, okay, I don't know if it's fair to say that there was ever a full relationship ever built. Initially, I was kind of trying to be cool with her. I mean, I think we were pretty cool. I see pictures where, I had on her glasses, she had on mine, I was kind of being cool with her because I knew that was Big's artist, but I didn't know anything about their involvement. I didn't know they was in any kind of relationship, but I was new. I was new to their circle.
Following the tragic death of the notorious B.I.G., Lil Kim found herself grappling with feelings of envy towards Faith Evans, Biggie's widow. The fact that Biggie had chosen to marry Faith Evans over her only served to deepen Lil Kim's envy, leading to a strained relationship between the two women. Even in the years following Biggie's death, Lil Kim's envy towards Faith Evans remained obvious. Despite their shared history and mutual loss, Lil Kim couldn't shake off the lingering feelings of envy towards Faith Evans, a constant reminder of what could have been. In short, Lil Kim's journey through the rap industry has been marked by talent, controversy, and a major splash of envy. From her early rivalries with Foxy Brown to her ongoing feud with Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, Lil Kim's envy has been a driving force in her career. Additionally, her struggles with envy towards Faith Evans serve as a reminder of the destructive power of his deadly sin. Despite her undeniable talent and success, Lil Kim's envy has often overshadowed her accomplishments, leaving behind a legacy fraught with rivalry and tension. Speaking of legacy, this next female rapper almost had hers ruined by the sin of gluttony, Missy Elliot. I'm talking about Missy Elliot, the iconic rapper and producer who has been a powerhouse in the music industry for decades. Sadly, alongside her musical talents, her life has been a reflection of the sin of gluttony. When we talk about gluttony, it's not just about overeating, but also about excessive indulgence in anything. In Missy Elliott's case, her struggles with weight and eating habits have been well documented. Over the years, she has battled with her weight, often being criticized and ridiculed by the media and society. Missy Elliott's excessive weight became a focal point of public scrutiny, with tabloids and gossip columns often featuring unflattering images of her. People would comment on her size, mocking her appearance and making cruel jokes. This relentless criticism.
Why is the baby? Why is the baby in the sandwich? What the fuck? Why not just put meat? First off, doing this at all is trifling. But I'm confused why she eating a white baby. That's in a sandwich. With a piece of lettuce on his goddamn head. What is wrong with the world, bro?
Mocking her appearance and making cruel jokes. This relentless criticism not only took a toll on her physical health, but also on her mental well-being. In interviews, Missy Elliot has been candid about her struggles with weight and how it has affected her self-esteem.
And I think I look back over my life and I was sick. I couldn't even hold a pen to write.
Why? You was drunk?
And it was so much to say give up. But as I stand here with all of you, I thank you because there's so much talent in this room. The energy, everything about us.
I thought the disease that she has, I forgot what it's called. I'm pretty sure he said it. I thought that developed later on. Or is she saying that that's the disease that didn't allow her to hold up a pen? I don't know what the disease is called. I forgot, and I don't know what it does to you. But I don't know if she's talking about that or if she's saying that she was sick because she was consuming a lot of drugs and alcohol. I don't know.
We are special. Black people, we are special. Understand?
She admitted to turning to food for comfort during difficult times, using it as a coping mechanism to deal with stress and emotional pain. This cycle of overeating only perpetuated her weight gain, leading to a vicious cycle of unhealthy habits. Her excessive eating habits were often on display in public settings, with reports of her ordering large amounts of food at restaurants or indulging in unhealthy snacks backstage at concerts. These behaviors reinforce the stereotype of the gluttonous rapper, perpetuating negative perceptions of her in the media and among fans. Thankfully, despite these challenges...
That's crazy. Her at this size was considered to be so... Well, here she's a bit bigger. But look at right here. She's not even that big. And people still were like, oh my gosh, she's so fat. Oh my God, what's going on? But I guess because over time, the standard, or not even standard, but the norm for what's fat has, increased. So the typical fat person back then was much smaller than the typical fat person now. Niggas is fat now.
Type of the gluttonous rapper, perpetuating negative perceptions of her in the media and among fans. Thankfully, despite these challenges, Missy Elliot has also shown resilience and determination to overcome her struggles with weight and unhealthy eating habits. In recent years,
she was a little
has made
fluffy,
significant
but
changes to her lifestyle.
she wasn't like
adopting a healthier
obese.
diet and incorporating regular exercise into her routine.
Missy Elliot, is that you? The rapper showed off a dramatically skinnier figure last night at the Alexander Wang H&M collection launch in New York. The 43-year-old, who hasn't been seen in public since June, proudly took to Twitter to flaunt her frame, posting this photo. Even in a baggy sweatshirt, her weight loss can't be concealed. And we love her hat. It says, "You can't work out with us."
Her transformation has been inspiring to many, demonstrating that it's never too late to make positive changes for your health. By making conscious choices to prioritize her well-being, Missy Elliot has not only shed excess weight, but has also regained control over her life and her image. It's important to recognize that Missy Elliot is more than just her weight.
That must
or
have been a
eating
long
habits.
time ago.
She is a talented artist, a trailblazer in the music industry, and a role model for countless individuals.
Well, this is
around
not
the world.
always correct. No.
While her struggles with gluttony may have been a part of her journey, they do not define her as a person. Missy Elliott's life serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of gluttony and the importance of prioritizing health and self-care. Her story reminds us that we are all human, susceptible to flaws and struggles, but also capable of growth and change. While her past may have been marked by excess, her future is defined by resilience, determination, and a commitment to living her best life. But the same cannot be said of this next female rapper, who still indulges in the deadly sin of rap to this very day. Rap. Remy Ma. Who else but Remy Ma?
Bitch, I'm so secure, I wrote this for the weight hair. Been killing kids while they nap since daycare. I don't shade, I say names you don't want me to shout you.
She's a rapper known for her fierce style and confrontational lyrics, which embody the sin of rap through her actions and music. In 2007, Remy Ma was involved in a shooting incident where she allegedly shot her friend, Makeda Barnes-Joseph, over a financial dispute. Reports suggest that Remy Ma accused Barnes-Joseph of stealing money from her purse, leading to a heated argument that escalated into violence. This impulsive act of aggression demonstrates how Remy Ma's anger and desire for retribution clouded her judgment, resulting in tragic consequences. This incident not only harmed Barnes-Joseph, but also tarnished Remy Ma's reputation and led to her prison. But that's not all. Remy Ma's lyrics in Anti-Up Remix by M.O.P. further illustrate her love for violence and aggression. In her verse, she raps about robbing women and using physical force to intimidate them. The lyrics depict a disturbing disregard for the well-being of others and glorify criminal behavior. Remy Ma's aggressive delivery and confrontational tone in this song reinforce her image as a rapper who embodies the sin of wrath. Throughout her career, Remy Ma's bold persona and confrontational lyrics have garnered attention, but they also highlight the darker aspects of her personality. Her propensity for violence and aggression, both in her personal life and in her music, exemplifies the destructive nature of wrath. Instead of using her platform to promote positivity and uplift others, Remy Ma's actions and lyrics often glorify anger and violence, perpetuating harmful stereotypes and behaviors. It is essential to recognize the impact of Remy Ma's actions and words, as they not only reflect her struggles with anger and aggression, but also influence her audience, particularly impressionable young listeners. By glamorizing violence and promoting a culture of retribution, Remy Ma perpetuates a cycle of harm that ultimately undermines the well-being of individuals and communities. Her aggressive delivery and confrontational lyrics in her earlier works, along with her bold persona, reflect elements of wrath. The shooting incident with her friend and her verse in Anti-Up Remix by M.O.P. serve as stark examples of her propensity for violence and aggression. Instead of using her platform to promote positivity and uplift others, Remy Ma's actions and words often glorify anger and perpetuate harmful stereotypes and behaviors. That being said, it is important to recognize the destructive nature of wrath and strive to promote empathy, understanding, and forgiveness in our interactions with others. Now let's move on to the seventh and final deadly sin. I'm talking about slothfulness, and no female rapper is more guilty of this than Iggy Azalea. Slothfulness. Iggy Azalea. Iggy Azalea has faced lots of heat for her lack of hustle in the rap. Despite starting strong with hits like Fancy, she's been called out for slacking off in her performances. Fans and critics noticed times when she just mouthed the words during live shows and didn't seem too into her music.
Tire marks.
Oh, please don't show this.
Finish line with fire marks. When you realize that the runaway train.
But it's not just her live gigs where she's been accused of slothfulness. Iggy's also had her fair share of drama with her record labels. All this drama paints a picture of someone not putting in the work needed to make it big. Now let's talk about how her laziness held her back from reaching the top tier status of rappers like Cardi B or Nicki Minaj. While Cardi and Nicki were grinding hard, dropping hit after hit, Iggy seemed to take her foot off the gas. She didn't capitalize on her early success like she could have. Instead of dropping more fire tracks and staying in the spotlight, she kind of faded into the background. Her lack of hustle also affects the quality of her music. Trust me, when you're not putting your all into something, it shows. Fans can sense when an artist isn't fully committed to their craft. And with Iggy, some fans feel like her songs just weren't hitting like they used to. They see her as lazy, and that is reflected in her music. It's like she's not giving it her all, so why should they bother listening? Plus, all the drama and controversy surrounding her career don't help either. When you're known more for your Twitter feuds than your music, it's a problem. It distracts from what really matters, the music. Instead of focusing on her craft and making killer tracks, Iggy's often caught up in drama that doesn't do her any favors. In the end, Iggy Azalea's slothfulness is holding her back from reaching her full potential. She's had a taste of success with Fancy, but instead of building on that momentum, she let it slip away. News has it that she's tired of rapping and quitting the industry for good.
I always felt that, I had other creative things that I really wanted to kind of get to, and it's hard to get to them when you're a recording artist because so much of recording is going on tour after the fact.
The rapper announcing on X that she's scrapping that would-be 4th album and making a bit of a career pivot in the process, seemingly pursuing work as a creative director for others.
If Iggy Azalea wants to be mentioned in the same breath as Cardi B or Nicki Minaj, she needs to step up her game and show the world she's serious about her music. Until then, she'll keep being seen as the rapper who could have been, but never quite made it. So guys, which of these female rappers...
I think it's over for her. What you mean? I think her time has come and gone. I don't think it's even possible for her to recover. I don't think anybody's interested in hearing any music from her. She just wasn't that good. So sloth, maybe that played a role, but I think the lack of talent played a bigger role. Just my opinion. Some of these things he was saying, I was like, what? Okay, it's like he was pulling some of these things out of the clear blue sky, but sure. Still was entertaining to watch. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. Let me know what other videos you want me to watch, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!